You open this chest and boom, 2 horseshoes every time, guaranteed. Hey guys, in this episode, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about getting your stable, how to get every single part, how to finalize it, how to use it, and then I'm going to give you some brief tips. I'm going to cover an overview of how to upgrade your horses. Okay, so you can see that I already put a lot of work. In fact, a lot of the resources I had put, this is my main account, my maxed out account. I maxed out all the classes. You can see here that I lost a lot of stuff. I had 12 horseshoes, they're gone. I had 2 bridles, they're gone. I had 60 forged fasteners, they're gone. They just made it so much easier. So I'm gonna go through each one of these and how to get it, and we're gonna actually get the saddle in this video, and then I'm gonna show you how to use the stable, and then I'm gonna go into the town and show you how the best strategy for upgrading your horses. Okay, so the first one is planks, and this is going to be really, some of you are like, well, this is so easy, and that's okay if you're not one of those people and you're still trying to figure out, you know, how to get anything and everything. But I'm just going to go through each one the way it is. So we've got Forest of Whispers is your best way to get planks, because I'm not just going to tell you how to get it, I'm going to tell you the best way to get each item. So you go in and you go to the Forest of Whispers. The Forest of Whispers is not only not a PvP zone, but it's actually not it's not even, no other players will show up. You'll see other players in this zone, but you'll never see players in the Forest of Whispers. No one can bring enemies over to you. You know, it takes longer to clear it out, but once you clear it out, especially if you go with your team, you clear it out, you get all of that wood, you then bring that home and you put that wood here in your woodworking table and you get planks. Okay, so it's a process to get 140 planks, but it's the easiest thing to get in here. After that, let's talk about getting bone fasteners and chains. Both of these, you're going to go back here into the Forest of Whispers and you're going to open these chests. And when you open these chests, you're going to get chains, you're going to get bone fasteners. You obviously don't get them every time, but you get a lot of them. And so just go in there. If you're opening those chests, it's the best way to get leather strips. Just open a lot of those chests. And if you open at least 2 of the chests in a green zone, you can leave and then come back in. And here in the Forest of Whispers, because there's no other players, it'll always reset. So you can just do it over and over and over again and kind of grind for those leather strips. Or sorry, leather strips is what you normally are grinding for there, but in this case you're going to be grinding for bone fasteners and chains. After that, we have resin. The best place to get resin is in the tombs of yellow and red zones. When you enter those tombs, you'll see the chest at the very beginning. You can get those for free, and they'll sometimes have resin in them. But again, it's just like the green zone. You're not going to get them every time, but this is the best place to get resin. I'm going to open one more, just the off chance to get resin. Oh, there we go. We got resin. Sweet. All right. So anyways, that's the best place to get resin. If you've been playing this game for a while, you should have way more resin than you know what to do with. The next thing on the list is nails. Nails is kind of a little bit difficult. You can go and do it the same way you got resin. If you don't have a workbench yet, that is probably the easiest way to get nails before you get a workbench. But once you build a workbench, you can just take these metal sheets and turn them into nails. You can make a ton of them, and you can obviously make iron bars into those metal sheets, which, just in case you don't know how to do that, the way you do that is to take your smelter, not this smelter, but the other smelter, not the advanced one, but the first one you build. Once you build that, you can take iron ore and turn it into iron bars. So you make it iron bars, then you take those iron bars, you turn them to iron sheets, which takes a little bit of time, and then you take those iron sheets and turn them into nails, which takes a lot less time. And so it's just basically 1 iron for 1 nail. It's super easy. And then these last 5 items, these forged fasteners, the varnish, the horseshoe, the saddle, and the bridle, the best place to get them, all of these, is at Odin's. But each one is a little bit different. So let me go through and show you guys how to get those 5 items at Odin's. Okay, so the first item on that list that I'm going to be talking about is varnish. And the best way to get varnish is to actually do Odins and open the chest of Odins. Kind of like you were opening the chest of the tombs, varnish is the same way. And just like the green zone and the tombs, you're not going to get it every chest. You're going to have to open a lot of chests, but you should, if you've done Odins a few times, you should have more than enough varnish to finish your stable. After that, the next one that I wanted to talk about is Forged Fasteners. These are the 3 caches of Odins, and every single one of these caches will give you 1 Forged Fastener. So you are going to have to open 5 caches, and usually that's probably going to be 2 wood, 2 silver, or 2 steel, and then 1 gold. That's probably, if you're just starting off, you're trying to get your stable done quickly. And each cache will give you 1 forged fastener, and when you get it and you can put in your stable, that's all you need. So, but there's more to these caches. So we're going to enter the wood cache right now. That's called the Common Treasury, and you're going to notice that there is a guaranteed drop of horseshoes in this cache. So you come through that door, you come over here, and you open this chest, and boom! 2 horseshoes every time, guaranteed. You can see that forged fastener I was talking about. So you have to open this wood cache twice. It's going to give you two of the forged fasteners, and it's going to give you 2 of the horseshoes. And you need 4 horseshoes, or 2 of them will give you 4 horseshoes. Finish your stable. After that, we're going to open this steel cache, which is called the Noble Treasury. Go through this door, and then you open this cache, and you can see here that this cache has a guaranteed drop of a bridle, and then again another forged fastener. So I don't need another bridle, so I'll let that to have someone else have that, but it is a guaranteed drop. Every steel cache will have your bridle. You don't need to worry about it. And then the last cache is the Royal Treasury, and this one I actually do need to open because now that this update has come out, the stable exists in the game. Up until this point, if you've seen any of my videos past this, the saddle did not exist in the game, and so you couldn't ever finish the stable. And so now that has changed. It's all changed with this last update, and so here we go, guaranteed saddle. And so I'm going to take that saddle. I don't need anything else, and I'm going to come back and get that stuff later, or I'll get my teammates to come get it if they need it. But now we're going to go back, we're going to finish the stable, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how to maximize getting those horses and using them. All right, here we are. This is my original account on Frostborn from the beginning. This is my account from before the game was even global, okay? This is my oldest account, and so this is pretty exciting to do this in front of you guys. But there we go. When you finish all of the things, it will allow you to finalize. I'm going to take a picture of this. It's a very emotional moment for me. It's very exciting. All right. And then you click finalize, and then you have your stable. So now that we have our stable, we're going to click on it, and we're going to go into resources, and you can see that you need carrots, and the recipe is for 20 carrots, you can get a wild horse every 3 days. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, have that horse going. But I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple wild horses just so you guys can see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to buy a wild horse right now. I guess I could only buy 2. So yeah, I'll just show you 2. So later I'll buy more, but on this account, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this account. This is my old account, but I only really use this for research. So, but we're going to go in here, and we are going to use the wild horse. Once you use the wild horse, so you waited 3 days, you finished your stable, you waited those 3 days, then you can do what I just did, and then you click mounts. You see right up next to my left foot over there, you click mounts, and I can actually ride these horses already. It gives me a little bit extra hit points. Here, let me go into the town. So let me select this horse. So I'm selecting this to be my horse. And so now I can go ahead and ride it. I just click that symbol right there under my mini map, and now I have a horse I can ride. And this horse has 40 movement speed, which is faster than pretty much, I mean, I think a hunter with instigator gear, which is the fastest combination, is going to probably match this speed. And then with a speed potion, a lot of characters can get faster than this horse. But it's still a really, you know, it's still amazing to have 40 speed so consistently, that I always have it. I can just run around the whole zone. It's a pretty good deal. But this is the worst of the worst of the worst. Then I can come in here, I can go to the stable master, and I can put these two horses here. At level 1, each horse gives you 30. So my recommendation here, there's not much you can lose. I actually am starting to think maybe just do 2 is actually the better bet. You're not going to land a lot of them, but I do think that statistically, and we're going to get the exact numbers for you guys. Right now, I've showed you everything I wanted to show you about the stable, and I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of extra, but eventually I'm going to make some videos on this part and go into real detail on what is the best way to do this. But right now, I'm thinking, my hunch is that the first one you want to do 2, okay? And now you have one level 2 horse, and when you get a level 2 horse, this is a wild horse, so it has the worst skills, but it's going to give you a skill. A level 3 horse is going to give you 2 skills, and then a level 4 horse is going to give you 3 skills. So the skills you can see all here. You just click this symbol right here, this horse symbol, and for a wild horse, you see the resilience. That first number is the 15. That's how much damage they have to do to knock you off of your horse. That next symbol is how much it adds to your inventory, so 0 here. And then that last symbol is your movement speed. It does, when you have a horse, you travel faster on the world map. That can help you in raids and PvP events. If you die and you're trying to get back to your team, it's just nice to be faster on the world map, but it's not a game changer. But then you've got all of these buffs. So you can see there's buffs for every type of weapon. There's buffs for pretty much every type of location, buffs to players, buffs to monsters, and they're all 2%. And then you get into like hunger and thirst, roamer, these other things. None of these skills are really that good for the horse. The riding horse, however, this is when you either get a riding horse, or if you breed 2 horses, you have, even at level 2, you have a chance to obtain this mount. You can see here at the bottom right, you can see right here it says you have a chance to obtain this mount at rank 2. So we had a chance just then to get a riding horse. We didn't. Ours is still a wild horse, but we had a chance. And if that were the case, the resilience would be the same, the inventory would be the same, it'd be a little bit faster, but more importantly, all of these bonuses would be quite a bit better. So you've got mount perks are a little bit stronger, which you can see here. They're, by 3% stronger, they mean like 2 to 5%, a lot stronger. Traveling speed on the world map is increased just a little bit more. They've got their first rare skill it can get that's random. You don't know when you're going to get it, but a thick hide, that's increasing that resilience. Then they have to do 30 damage to knock you off your horse. And then you can get 5% to all of those same buffs, but you can get up to 5%, which is really nice. And then at the very end, you see some new skills. Obedient summoning time is 3 seconds. That's how quickly you can summon your horse to ride it. And then there's Brand of the Dead, which is a damage resistance in tombs. That's a new one as well. Okay, once you get to the point where you have riding horses, or when you have rank 2 horses, you can rank them up to rank 3. Now, and when you get to rank 3, you can see here on the bottom, right here, you have a chance to obtain a wolf. Now, I'm not sure if, we're not 100% sure yet if you use a bunch of riding horses, if you have a better chance of getting a wolf. We are going to figure all that out for you guys. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of giving you a general feel of these. The wolf is amazing compared to the horse. It has got twice the resilience at 30. So that means they have to do 30 damage just to knock you off your horse or your wolf. Then you got 5 extra inventory slots, and you got 45 movement speed. So it's a lot faster. You've got an additional 5 inventory slots. Oh wait, I already mentioned that. The traveling speed is way faster. You can now exit locations a lot faster. And then you can see here they have some really good perks. In my opinion, one of the best perks in the game for the wolf and even the bear is Guardian. To be able, especially, you know, when you're going to ride this into battle, and when someone knocks you off your animal, you have some cooldowns. Your skills are on cooldown and stuff. You want to be able to be resistant, and if you get that Guardian, they do 30% less damage to you. Then what that's going to mean is that while they're using their skills, they're going to not be able to do as much damage. And when your skills are up, which is about 5 seconds, about the time that runs out, then you're going to be able to really deal the damage to them. So you're still not going to have this crazy advantage, but you could if you're if you take the damage and your team already got off their horses and killed them. So similar to quick legs is pretty good. 15% movement speed is really good. That's the same as like having a hunter or wearing instigator boots. It's almost the same. But all of these purple skills are good, and then you'll see that they buffed the green skills up to 7%, even more. And they have all the same skills that you saw on the riding horse. Then once you have a bunch of level 3 items or level 3 rank horses, you can then breed them together. Oh, I forgot to mention, to get to level 3, you know, it was 30% each horse. Well, to get to level 3, you're looking at 25%. And so my recommendation is to do at least 3 to get that 75% chance. And honestly, because you can lose so many, I actually might recommend just going the whole 4. Get a 100% chance of getting up to rank 3. And then when you go from rank 3 to rank 4, then you're getting a 15% each. So the maximum you can get is 60%. And obviously you're using really valuable horses at this point, or wolves. You need to make sure you are getting that maximum of 60% before you ever even try to get a rank 4 animal. And you can see here though that the bear is OP. It is so powerful. 60 hit points of resilience, 10 slots, 48 movement speed. That's really fast. So yeah, it's just an amazing animal, kind of an overpowered animal, and I hope they make it a little bit easier for us to get the bear, but we can keep working for it, keep upgrading, and keep ranking up our animals. If you're already watching this, by the time I post it, you're ahead of the game, because as more people are introduced to Frostborn, they're going to want to catch up, and you're going to be kind of pumping out those wild horses once every 3 days, getting more and more, and keep building up towards that bear. Exit locations 50% faster, pretty amazing. Have rare and legendary perks. So this trainer is good, but honestly, I think it's the worst of the legendary, because it just saves you some time. Bonus defense is awesome, but it has to line up with the defense of your character, and you can't trade animals, so that's kind of a risky one. Saddleback's pretty cool because that's a +5 in addition to the 10 you already get from the bear. So you can have a 15. You can have 15 in addition, and no one can take your animals from you. When you die in zone, you don't lose your animal. Your animal comes with you, so you don't have to worry about losing it. And then this last one is ridiculous. It's a leap. Your bear can leap at people and stun them. So that is really powerful. Especially for like a protector, someone who wants to run into battle. If someone could ever get leap and guardian, it would just be the most amazing combination you could get on a bear. And then after that, it's all the same skills that we've seen over and over again, and it's at the +7. So the wolf and the bear on these skills are no different. So that's an overview, guys. I am going to go into much more detail. I'm going to get all the nitty-gritty numbers for you guys, and in a future video, I'm going to give you everything you could want to know about really maximizing those wild horses that you get. So if you're kind of like, oh man, I don't want to do anything wrong, then just wait. Get your stable like I showed you in this video. Start building those wild horses and just hold your inventory full of wild horses every 3 days, adding another one. and then wait for me to come out with that video, and then I'll give you the exact amount of how to really be efficient with those wild horses to maximize and try to get towards getting a bear. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.